Hello! So we're back with another weekly reset for October 17th? 17th through the 24th. Yes. 17th through the 24th. We got, the Gravedigger. Gravedigger's back. You don't have to do quest line this time. It's just in the store. So that kind of tells me what I've been predicting, for those of you that don't come to the stream, that when Fortnite comes out, that we'll have new stuff to earn, and they'll bring back old stuff, right? That's all they're doing, just like in Overwatch. Now that we're over a year, all the old stuff is recycling. Boo-hoo. But it's recycling, and then they're going to bring new stuff into the game. Nothing is going to be one and done. I can guarantee you that. Next Halloween, we'll get Gravediggers again. So that's cool. We'll get another Gravedigger. I get to get a second one. I don't really use it. It is a good gun. It is a good gun, but it's a year old, so it's yawn. But we got the Copper Rat King, and everybody last night was trying to tell me that it's a Hydra per the stats, right? It's a Hydra. I don't know why they would reskin a Hydra. That doesn't make any sense to me. So we'll pick it up. We'll play with it. I'm going to be very shocked if it's the Hydra. That doesn't make any sense. We've had the Hydra 3 times. Why reskin a Hydra? Anyways. It can't be the Hydra. So we got a brand new gun, the Copper Rat King. We got a Gravedigger. Does it tell me it doesn't. Okay. Boom. Basically, this is a medium bullet, fully auto weapon. It's unique to normal guns because it can have, obviously, triple damage perks, which means you can have, like, crit rate, crit damage, fire rate, headshot in 3 different perks, whereas the standard guns in the game allow you to only do 2 slots, and then a utility, right? Utility being reload, mag size, stability. So this guy could potentially, and from what we've been noticing through math, when you have weapons that offer 3 perk slots, they can be built and be very effective with crit builds. Like crit rate and double crit damage, or crit rate, crit damage, or you throw headshot in there, whereas the standardized guns do far better with like fire rate and damage or double damage. Overall, you guys are gonna be like, but what about this gun? It doesn't. So, but that's cool. So we'll run some numbers on that probably tonight. If you guys are curious, I'll have it on the stream. We'll be able to go over that to see what perks perform differently on the Gravedigger. I probably do the same thing for the Rat King. What does the Rat King say? It's a slug gun. Oh, so it must be a Hydra. Rat Rod, semi-automatic rifle, firing powerful rounds, effective as a mid-range rifle with a slow fire rate. It's got a 4,000 range? Wow. I wonder what the damage drop-off is on it. And it's a 1050. Sorry, 1050 is a 10 crit chance and a 50 crit damage, which is on the lowest end. It shares the same base crit chance and crit damage perks as like a siege breaker, which is awesome, right? Cool. Okay. It'd be nice to have another shotgun shell-based assault rifle. I was really hoping for a different style gun besides assault. We just get like tons of assault rifles. Anyways, what else we got? We got our Flux. These things are still here. The epic unlimited blue colored image. It's an epic. It's purple. Schematics. Oh, Trailblaster Buzz is in the shop. We'll go over Trailblaster in a second. Trailblaster is one of my preferred Outlanders for lots of reasons. You need Trailblaster. If you don't have a Trailblaster, you should definitely be considering picking this up. I'll cover Trailblaster in just a second. We got our armor slots. Ooh, the Shockwave. You can evolve the Shockwave into a Thunderbolt. That is still, I still prefer the Thunderbolt over the Dragoon, just because I've always liked the Thunderbolt. It's one of my favorites. Space Pistol, you can evolve that also. I never did get a chance to level that up like I wanted to after it was in the store previously. We got our 2 survivors. For those of you that keep asking about training manuals and such, you can buy these and recycle them. You get your evolutions like always. Still the same fluxes. We have our 5 rare and our 5 uncommon and no epic and legendary. Oh, I know they put him into the event store, but we want him. I want epic and legendary also in the weekly. That would be swell. Fleetfoot's back. I already covered him. We'll cover him again just in case you missed it. He was previously available, so we'll go over him briefly again. Reperk is back in the store. The Copper Deathwing, I am not a fan of it. It's a automatic sniper rifle. Automatic, which means it's like an AR with the scope. Cozy Campfire. Campfires. I love campfires. So, If you don't have campfires or you think they're bad, whatever. Buy it, play with it, you'll love it, okay? Yes. Obviously, you have to play around the campfire, but play smart. They do very good for you and your team. Constant heals while it's alive. All right, we're going to go over Trailblaster and Fleetfoot. Outlander, Outlander, Outlander. Outlander. Trailblaster, Trailblaster. Gabunk. Do I not have a legendary Trailblaster Buzz? I don't think I do. Sure I do. It's just not leveled up. But I do have Trailblaster over here. Same thing. A Trailblaster is a Trailblaster. It doesn't matter what hero plays it. Alright, so at level 1, you get Focused Acquisition. Increases the chance to find double loot by 6%. Huh, like every other Outlander. And also, Trailblaster gets the Shock Tower. Loot Llamas like all Outlanders. Teddies. Shock Towers and Teddies. And Anti-Material Charge. So you can go punching stuff. Punch. Punch. At level 5, you get Capacitor. Capacitor increases the duration of your shock tower by 1 second. At level 8, you get Overbearing, which increases the range of your Teddy's attack tiles by 4 tiles. Coffee's kicking in. Coffee's kicking in. Your Teddy shoots an additional 4 tiles distance. Okay? Okay. At 2-star evolution, you get In the Zone. After 5 hits in a row with your pickaxe, you gain In the Zone, which increases pickaxe damage by 24%. At level 12, you get Super Capacitor. Further increases the duration of your shock tower by 1 more second, so now you have 2 seconds longer of your shock tower. At level 15, you get Barricade. Enemies damaged by Teddy have movement and attack speed slowed by 30% for 6 seconds. So now you're going to snare, and also if it's shooting things that are on your walls, they're also hitting slower, which, if it's a smasher, is nice. Remember, it's not AoE, it's single target. So if you got 4 or 5 guys on a wall, it's not really like you're not. Yeah. It's one target at a time. So, 18, you get Forked Lightning. Shock Tower can now emit a 3rd bolt of chain lightning, striking up to 7 additional targets. So now you're at what? 7, 14, and 22. If I could do math, 21. 21 targets total. Potentially. And then at 25, you get Impossibility Matrix, increases the cooldown reduction. And the Shock Tower and Teddy, I can't read, increases the cooldown reduction of Teddy and the Shock Tower to 50% when using a Charge Fragment. So, if you use Charged Fragments, and you pick up a lot of them, Trailblaster and Trailblazer, the 2 hybrids besides the over-coveted Reclaimer, you have a 30 second on Teddy, and I think, God, they nerfed they didn't nerf, they did. They nerfed the cooldown on Shock Tower eons ago, and I've never decided to memorize how long it is. But I think basically, God, you almost have full uptime. You don't have full uptime. We'll go back to that in a second. Electroshock, Shock Tower deals 160% additional impact damage. So you're going to start stunning things a lot more also. Let's see, what is Shock Tower's cooldown? Cooldown is 20 seconds. So if you use a fragment, it's 10 second cooldown with the 2 extended. What's the duration of this bad boy? I can't find it. I can't find it. Lasts for 5 seconds, 6 seconds, 7 seconds. So 7 seconds. You've got like 3 seconds of downtime. 3 seconds of downtime of Shock Towers. So even with back, I mean, maybe, okay. If you don't care, if you care, who cares? So back before they shrunk the cooldown of Shock Tower, it used to last a little bit longer, and they both had a 1-minute cooldown. So the hybrids like Trailblaster and Trailblazer, you could bounce. It was awesome because you could literally, with this Impossibility Matrix at level 25, which made them way more efficient than Reclaimer, you could go Teddy, Tower, Teddy, Tower, Teddy, Tower indefinitely, depending on how many charge fragments you had. So it was super cool. But now it's a little awkward because you pop your Shock Tower, and you could also stack it with the Teddy if you wanted to. But before your Teddy's up, then your Shock Tower's ready. So I don't know. It's weird, but it's cool. It's cool. If you don't have a Trailblaster, you should really get a Trailblaster. If you like Reclaimer, try a Trailblaster. Try a Trailblazer. They are phenomenal Outlanders for hybrids. The other thing that makes them super good, their support and tactical. For those of you that play constructors or that were bummed out that they changed how decoy works, I'm not going to say nerf, but if you equipped the tactical squad bonus from Trailblaster on one of your constructors that uses a decoy, your move creep bonus, it pulsates damage. It's very stupid, silly damage. It doesn't do anything. So if you're using it to actually do damage, woo, there's much better tacticals out there. But what this does now with the change is the actual little bit of damage will actually aggro the mist monsters. So this is how you can fix your decoy. And then it is also the only Outlander, I believe, that gives you critical hit damage with pistols. 70%. Okay. So crit damage, pistols, and your decoy fix. Let's go over to Fleetfoot really quick. I'll power through him pretty quickly. I already covered him in a previous weekly video. He's been out a couple times. He is kind of fun. He's one of my go-tos. He's not super OP, but he's far from terrible. Far from terrible. If you actually want to play ninja and use your sword and be a ninja, he's good. So at level 1, he gets Shinobi like every other ninjas, where you reduce your fall damage taken by 10%, and your run speed and sprint speed is increased by 10%. Mantis Sleep is your double jump. What does this guy get? So he gets Dragon Slash, Throwing Stars, and Smoke Bombs. Level 2, you get Fleet, which increases movement speed by another 12%. So he's already 22% faster. Dragon Slash level 5. Then you get Soft Landing, reduces fall damage by 40%. That's kind of silly. At 12, you get Assassination. So if you want to use swords, this right here, not all ninjas have this, which is bizarre to me. All ninjas should have this by default. Dealing sword damage, and it has to be swords for some weird reason. It needs to be edged. Grants 1 stack of Assassination, increasing the damage dealt by swords by 5%. Lasts 5 seconds and stacks up 5 times. It does not stack with the Assassination Tactical perk, which was recently just added. So this gives you 5 times 5, which is 25% bonus damage to your sword attacks, right? And unlike debilitating shots where you hit a target, they get a cracked shield above their head, and that takes 5, 10, 15, 20% extra damage for all your teammates to hit. The ninjas are a little more selfish, right? You get a glowy band around your forearm that's holding your weapon, and as long as that's there, you have bonus damage. You don't have to stay on the same target. You can hit this guy 5 times, get your 25% damage, and smack that guy for 25 extra damage, okay? So as long as you're staying in combat, you maintain your damage buff. At 15, you get Long Assassin, which increases the duration of assassination by 6 seconds. So now instead of having a 5-second duration, you're now at 11 seconds. 18, you get 3 Mantis Style, reduces energy cost of Mantis Sleep. So now you can cut it in half, so now your double jumps are half as expensive. At 25, you get Wind and Storm. Stacks of Assassination provide 3% movement speed in addition to the bonus damage. So it's 15% more bonus or speed. So you're at 22 plus 15, 37% speed while your assassination is stacked. Okay, so you can just run around and hack things with your swords. It also gets Tail of the Dragon for a little bit of crowd control, and it's a pretty a decent buff to your Dragon Slash. So your Dragon Slash leaves a persistent trail of energy. It used to be pixie dust. It just changed its visual in this last update. I haven't seen it, but it used to be like pixie dust coming up out of the ground from after you slashed, right? And what it does is it damages for 12% of the Dragon Slash damage every half second. And slowing enemies by 30% caught within the tail. So it gives them a snare effect. So if you have snare damage on your sword, you could be turning around and hit whatever's still left and get that 30% extra damage. Or what is it? Damage to snare, it is 45 if you have a legendary perk on it. So 45% extra damage plus your 25% from assassination. It lasts for 3 seconds. So technically 12% extra damage. That's 12... 36 times 2 is 60, 70, 72%. So if you hit it for 100 damage on your Dragon Slash, it's going to do 72 damage over 3 seconds in 6 ticks of damage, as long as they stay in it. They can't get it and walk out. We've tested that. So, I like Fleetfoot. He's really he doesn't really super excel at anything. His Smoke Bomb is bare bones. His Throwing Stars are bare bones. And the only buff he has to Dragon Slash is this Tail of the Dragon. Everything else he has is movement speed, sword damage, and better fall damage reduction. So, but he does do some damage. He's a lot of fun. He's fast. He's agile. He gets in and out of things, and you can get some pretty good sword damage going with him. So I like him a lot. Stormborn, melee kills increase movement speed by 30% for 3 seconds. I do this sometimes on when I'm playing tank or kinetic beats or any of my other ninjas. Sometimes I throw this in there as a tactical just for fun to move around. On a ninja, though, it does throw my double jumps off because you are moving quite a bit faster. So I miss my jumps. So I stopped using it on ninjas. But it's preference. It's cool. It's not a dire tactical. He's not a dire hero. But if you're bored and you're looking for another ninja, he is in the store as an uncommon. So you'll have to make him a rare, epic, and then a legendary. But then again, what are we using our flux for anymore? I have so much flux, it's not even funny. But that's it. That's the store for the next week. We got red. Oh, hold on. Let's see. I don't know if this is going to be set stats or not yet, but let's go ahead and we'll purchase this bad boy. Bam! Okay. And then let's go back. Armory, schematics, new, Ret King. What did I get? So I got damage dealt with this weapon snares the target. So if this is what you guys got, I don't know if this is set stats yet. But so by default, this one that I picked up snares, and then it has the complementary damage to slowed and snared targets. And then it comes with damage, reload, physical, crit rating. Let's see what kind of options I get here. So the first slot can be, oh, mag size. Oh, it's going to be a wonky one. You can get damage, crit damage, fire rate, and mag size in the first slot. The second slot, you can get more mag size, stability, durability, and reload. So that's 100% utility. That's so weird to put extra mag size in here. How big is the clip? 10? Okay. Normal. And this you can get crit rating, crit damage, headshot, mag size again. And those are the standard. So it's still just a double. It's literally a double. I don't know how this is going to perform compared to the Hydra. Because the Hydra has technically triple damage perks. Damage, crit rate, crit damage by default. So it's already, it's not a Hydra, guys. Already, it's not. Anyways, that's cool. Alright. If you're curious about perks and what the perks do, swing by the stream later on tonight. I'll be live in a couple hours. By the time this is up and running, I'll probably be live. So if you're bored and you want to check it out, swing by. I'll probably have links to the spreadsheet so you can see the different perks and what they do for DPS, damage, headshot DPS, all that, all the fun spreadsheet stuff that we do for all the perk combinations on each gun. So with that said, remember, stream. Oh yeah, stream. Live. When is it? Where is it? It's over at twitch.tv/SlyGumbi, and I'm live usually every night, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time-ish, till about 2 a.m. So there's times where I'm later depending on work. There's also times where I stay till 6 in the morning, okay? So standardly, the safe bet is 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. over at twitch.tv/SlyGumbi. That's Pacific Time Zone. That is West Coast United States. So that is going to be in another hour and a half. I will be live. So that said, I'm out. See you guys later. Bye-bye now.